In this video, we are going to understand how to go from one data type to other data type in Python. So data type conversion is very essential when you want to work on a multiple kind of a data. Sometimes user enter the data which is in form of string, and we want to convert that string. Suppose that string is been stored somewhere and we want to convert that string in the numerical values. That is also possible if the entered value is a numerical. So the data type conversion is very interesting. So let's try to understand how we can convert one data type to other data type. Suppose a equal to 4. Great. So when I check a type of a, it is going to say it is integer. Okay. Now what is the type of b? It is going to say float. What is type of x? It is going to say string, single quote. Okay. When you use single quote, double quote, it is going to say string. Okay, single character, multiple character, all are basically called as a string itself. Great. So now we have three data type first. First is integer, the second one is float, and the third one is basically string, third and fourth. Now suppose if I have the first data and that is integer, if I have the second data is basically a float, and if I do multiplication of that, the answer will be float itself. We have not defined anything to the Python. Still, it understands that I need to convert that. The output of that will be automatically float. Integer multiplied by float is a float for sure. So let's see what is the output of print. Print of C, that means output in term of C. So when we see this answer, this will be 29.2. I don't want this answer to be in the form of float. I want to round off this process, or I just want to convert this float into the integer. So I can do that just using a keyword int. So when I use a int over here, it is going to convert that into the integer value, even if the answer is in a float. Okay, so now let's see, this is a float answer and I can convert this in the integer. I can convert this into integer writing int. Wow. Okay, so now this is a integer value and I want to convert that into a float. That is also possible by the keyword float. Suppose MHM is basically a string, you can see over here, and I want to convert that into the list. So str to list. Okay, great. So that is also possible. Any data type conversion to any data type. So you can just put a hash as a comment to that. So MHM can be converted into list. You can see square bracket has come. Even you can convert the string into tuple also. And you can convert into set also. You can see double M is been replaced with single M because in a set we cannot have the repeated values. Suppose you have defined a list, you can convert that list into tuple by just using a keyword tuple. You have a tuple and the tuple you want to convert into the list, that is also possible. Great, just by using a word as a list. You can even convert the tuple which you have defined over here in terms of basically the set. Okay. Now we have the next conversion also, that is called CHR. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Just let me run this and then I will going to tell you. So you're getting an answer is B. So this is basically the ASCII, ASCII. That is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So when you press a keyboard, capital A, that is defined as 65 number in ASCII. So when you go for a B, it is 66. You can see I am checking a 66 number as a CHR. It is going to say me B. Okay. And if I take it for C, capital C, it is going to be 67 and so on. Great. So I think the capital Z will be coming up to the 90. So let's check. Yes, capital Z. So whenever you have the value between, whenever you have the value between 65 to 90, it is basically capital A to capital Z. Great. So this is a ASCII number. Similarly, when you take a small a, when you take a small a, it is basically considered to be as 97 in ASCII, and small z is considered to be as 125 in ASCII. American standard code for information interchange. This can be used for basically uh, checking whether you have entered the value correct or not. Okay, this is not giving a right answer, so let me take 123. I think 123 would work. No. Okay, let's go to 120. What is this coming? X. Okay, 121 is Y, and 122 is basically Z. So it's basically 97 to 122. Okay, great. So now suppose you want to check in the reverse part, like I can able to write here 122. So it is going to tell me that it is a Z. Okay, ORD 122. ORD 122 you can check out. Okay, so this has to be in term of, okay, in ORD we are going to use only single character. Double character if you use, it is not going to give me the proper answer. Or triple character. Okay, for 1 it is considered to be as 49 as a value in ASCII. Okay, so if you write it here a capital A, it is going to tell me as 65. Great. So now this is very clear. You can convert any value into different number type system. Like suppose we have a number called as a decimal. So decimal can be converted into a hexadecimal by using a keyword called as a hex. Okay, so this is basically the decimal number can be converted into hex number. I want you to observe this 0x. So whenever you see 0 and small x, that is considered to be as hex value, and after 0x whatever value is there, that is basically considered to be as a hex. Similarly, the decimal can be converted to octal also. Okay, so when I convert this into octal, OCT is a command, and you can see 0 O. Okay, 0 O is a word which has been used over here. Okay, here also we have this 0, we have this 0x, and here we have 0 O, and that is considered to be as octal. Here we have the decimal to basically binary. So when you run this, you are going to get 0b. So 0 and b is basically the binary. Great. So now all kind of a conversion from one data type to another data type I have covered in this. Okay. So let's quickly recap what we can do in the data type conversion. Okay, let me summarize that. Okay, first part, you can convert integer to float, and vice versa. Okay, you can convert integer to float. You can convert str, that is string, to list, comma set, comma tuple. Great. Even you can go and convert your set to tuple, comma list, comma list set tuple. Okay, two things. Okay, so this conversion is not required. Okay, so this is list to tuple, string to list tuple, and set to we can go for tuple to list, and we can go for next conversion, and that is basically from list we can convert into we can list can be converted into tuple and list set. Okay, so this conversion is allowed from string we can convert into the set also. Okay, great. So now these conversions are possible. Even you can understand the ASCII using ORD and CHR function. You can convert decimal to hex, or octal, or you can convert into binary also. So all possible conversions of one data type to other data type is covered in this